Yes, sir. Welcome back to Dimers TV as we continue our team preview series. This time we will be talking about the reigning Summer League champions, the Sacramento Kings. Okay, so the last time we checked, the Sacramento Kings had a 31-41 record that was 12th in the Western Conference. As for their team stats, they averaged 113.7 points per game. That was very good. That was actually 11th in the league. Now, this is a problem. As for the rebounds, they averaged only 41.4 rebounds per game, and that was dead last in the whole league. That was 30th. Then as for their assists, they averaged 25.5 assists per game, which was again very good at 12th in the league. And then when it comes to the points allowed, they gave up a whopping 119 points per game, and that was 29 in the league. Okay, so now let's go to their key returning players. Let's start off with the first one, none other than De'Aaron Fox. So De'Aaron Fox, what a season he had. He averaged 25.2 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game, 7.2 dimes, 1.5 steals per game, and a PER of 20.74. Another key returning player for them is Rashawn Holmes, the former second-round pick. He averaged 14.2 points per game, 8.3 rebounds per game, 1.7 dimes, and how about 1.6 blocks per game with a PER of 20.24. Wow, a solid season for Rashawn Holmes. And then, of course, we also have the steal of the draft, Tyrese Halliburton. Well, no one really thought he would be going to the Kings that late, but he ended up there, and he proved everyone that they were indeed, all of those teams were indeed wrong for not selecting him. Halliburton had a heck of a rookie season. He averaged 13 points per game, 3 boards, 5 dimes per game, and 1.3 steals with a PER of 16.19. And of course, the last key returning player is none other than Harrison Barnes. The ever dependable Barnes averaged 16.1 points per game, 6.6 rebounds per game, 3.5 dimes per game, and 0.7 steals with a PER of 15.43. And because the Kings did not have a great season, so they once again ended up in the lottery, and this time they used that 9th pick to draft Baylor's Davion Mitchell. Wow. So this guy is a bulldog, can really play defense, and will really help their backcourt a lot, especially on a team that obviously lacks defense. Mitchell will really fit and help them a lot in that aspect. Let's now go to their depth chart. So as for their depth chart, this is the expected starting lineup for the Kings. So at point guard, we have De'Aaron Fox, and then at 2 guard, we have Buddy Hield, involved in many trade rumors as of the moment. And then, of course, we still have Harrison Barnes and another guy who's very much involved in trade rumors, Marvin Bagley. Well, it's really been tough for the 2nd overall pick in the 2018 draft. We still haven't seen him really show what he can do. And then at center, Rashawn Holmes. And then for their second unit, that is where Tyrese Halliburton will come in together with Davion Mitchell. They also have Mo Harkless, Chimezi Metu, the tough Chimezi Metu, even getting into fights during the Summer League. Well, they did win the championship, so congratulations to them. And of course, they also added the veteran Kristen Thompson. And then some other players to round up the roster. They have Terrence Davis, who they acquired from Toronto. And then some of their second-round picks in the 2020 draft, like Jamias Ramsey, Robert Woodard, Louis King is not. No, Lou King is not. He was just a form. I think he was in the 2019. I'm not so sure. And then they added back Alex Lynn, a Okay, so that's the roster for the Sacramento Kings. And then now for the thoughts and predictions. Okay, so again, we have our Dynamite segment this time featuring my main man and probably the number one Kings fan in the world, none other than main man Kevin Cruz. Yes, sir. Yeah, I asked Kevs about his thoughts and predictions, and he was so willing to share his thoughts and predictions about his beloved Kings. Okay, so here we go. So this is what Kevin said. Quote, I think Davion Mitchell and Terry Reese Halliburton are good young cornerstones. I think it would be best to trade Buddy Hield at this point and give Tyrese and Davion room to grow along with the Aaron Fox. I hope Bagley finally has a healthy year because I'm not really ready to give up on him yet. But I don't think this team has a playoff run in them. Ouch. That kind of hurts coming from a guy who's really a diehard Sacramento fan, but at least very honest right there. And furthermore, Kevin also said this is the Tristan Thompson acquisition, was kind of weird, and they don't really have enough versatile wing players to compete on defense or be dynamic enough on offense. Plus, I think it's clear that Luke Walton was really a bad hire. It's going to be another rough year. End quote. Okay, thank you, main man Kevin Cruz, for sharing your thoughts on the Sacramento Kings. So again, before we end the episode, shout out to main man Kevin Cruz for, spending some time and also sharing his thoughts on the Sacramento Kings. Okay, so that is it for our episode for today. Again, thank you, Dimers, for always supporting the podcast. Again, if you haven't done it yet, please feel free to like the video, share the video, share your thoughts as well, and then of course subscribe and to our YouTube channel and hit on the notification bell. Please also follow and like us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. Okay, so that is it for our episode today of the team preview series on the Sacramento Kings. This is J.I. Dime saying, keep safe, everyone.